So, first I should start with saying good morning and happy Monday. Second of all, major congratulations to both the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots for making it to the Super Bowl. It could not possibly have been an easy road to get there. Both organizations should be very proud of what they've accomplished so far. And I suspect we will be in for a very good game in a couple weeks. Of course, that being said, I do need to make a few corrections to my wins-loss base. Because remember, I did pick the Rams to win, so that's one I definitely got wrong. But I got the Pats right, so. Let's see here. Let's see, NFL picks. So, after yesterday, I am 1-1. See, 1-1. Making my overall record 188, 99, and 1. So I'm either going to have 189 wins correct or not. But yes, that is what I have so far. Okay, so I'm either going to have 100 guesses wrong, or I'm going to have 189 correct. Should be quite interesting. But yeah, this is crazy. Can't believe the season's already almost over. Wanted to get that out of the way, though, so I can get to my low and my high, my act of kindness without any interruption. Let's see, what's my low? Well, it was pretty bad out yesterday in terms of weather, for sure. I mean, as of now, the roads do appear to be significantly better than they were yesterday morning, which is great. So I should have no trouble getting around. But I'm still not looking forward to going out, period. So there is that. My high is, in spite of the crazy weather, I was able to do the things I set out to do. Really all I did was go to church and visit my family. That's all I did. And watch football. I definitely got to watch some football, which was awesome. And my act of kindness was I helped my parents watch my nephews yesterday, which is always nice to do. So yeah, our Super Bowl matchups are set up. We've got 2 weeks to prepare. I mean, I could probably make a pick right now, I suppose, but, what I'm thinking right now could be vastly different from what it's going to be, in less than 2 weeks from now. I could probably change my mind literally every day up until the day of the Super Bowl if I was so inclined to do so. Because both teams actually do give me a reason to believe why each one could win. I mean, remember, this will be a rematch of Super Bowl 49. So, I mean, in that matchup, if anyone doesn't remember, the Seahawks were about to win that game, but instead of giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson throws it into the end zone, but it was picked off by Malcolm Butler in the end zone from the Patriots. Some say it's the worst offensive call in the history of the Super Bowl. Others call it the greatest defensive call in the history of the Super Bowl. Whatever way you slice it, you can't tell the story of the NFL without Super Bowl 49. And really you can't tell the story of the NFL without any of the Super Bowls, if we're being honest. However, this will have, well, in terms of being able to tell the story of the NFL, this Super Bowl will be no different. However, it will definitely not. I doubt it's going to have that exact same outcome as before. And there's already a lot of history being made with this Super Bowl. I mean, again, first Super Bowl rematch between the Seahawks and the Patriots, as I just said. Coach Mike Vrabel of the Patriots will be the first person ever to go to the Super Bowl as both a player and a coach on the same team, because he was on the Patriots in the early Tom Brady days, and now he's a coach of the Patriots. Same team. No other person's ever done that before. And I like that when they brought that up, Mike Vrabel was like, listen, this team, I'm just going to be the coach. That team is going to win the Super Bowl, not me. Which is easily one of the most humble things I've ever heard, ever. Like, I like Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel's a great coach. And that McDonald coach for the Seahawks, I like him too. Seriously, there's a lot to like on both teams. I mean, yes, I know. The Patriots, again, even when shout out to Bert Kreischer, by the way, for the opening for the AFC Championship game. Like, yes, the Patriots, again, well, yeah, but with the exception of Robert Kraft, and actually I like Robert Kraft too, like, there really isn't nothing to really unless you truly dislike the Patriots in every way, shape, and form, there really isn't a reason to dislike the Patriots in any way. Outside the fact that, again, unless you're a diehard Patriot hater. And the same could technically be said for the Seahawks as well. I mean, no, this will be the Seahawks' fourth appearance in their franchise history, but, I mean, they're no stranger to big games like this. So, I think it should be a good game. Could I make a pick right now and say who I think is going to win? Sure, but honestly, I don't really find it necessary at this moment in time. I mean, I like both the coaches. I like both the quarterbacks. I like the players on both teams. I like both organizations okay. Technically I like the 12s a lot more than whatever they call the Patriots fan base. But, yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, the less and less reason I have to be upset by what this Super Bowl outcome in terms of who's going to be there is. So, we're good. Now, we actually have one thing to really discuss about in greater detail, which is, you saw the title of the video. With no One Piece manga chapters, certainly we have to do something to fill the void. And while I would like to continue talking about football, foremost, Dragon Ball was why I liked anime. And yeah, I'm very aware of what happened this past weekend. Actually, I should probably, for those of you who want context, Dragon Ball is an anime and manga that came out in the 80s. It actually just recently celebrated 40 years of being around. So happy 40th birthday to Dragon Ball. That's older than I am. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami, and they were on Dragon Ball there. And yeah, yes, I did watch GT and when they got back Super and Battle of the Gods. Listen, I have an entire series, Arc Thoughts series, on Dragon Ball. So I don't really need to say much that hasn't already been said by me specifically. What I will say, though, is with Dragon Ball celebrating 40 years, naturally something really big needed to happen. Now, seriously, people have been wondering what was going to happen for a while. Like, ever since Super ended back in 2018. Holy cow, that was a long time ago. Like, fans have been clamoring for, like, we want the Moro saga. We want Granola. We want to know what happens with Black Frieza. Is Daima canon? We don't know. Like, there's so many things as a Dragon Ball fan that you were always wondering about, but also really excited about, because there's so many possibilities that could come your way as a Dragon Ball fan. You really couldn't help but be a lot more excited than annoyed that you had to wait, you know? With that said, well, I guess I'll save the thing that I'm waiting to talk about for the end, but they're getting a remake of, basically Super is doing a remake of the Battle of the Gods saga, or movie, which, I mean, they're just going to make some edits and redo some animation and, you know, make it, you know, up to the quality that Dragon Ball deserves, which is good. I don't mind that at all, really. That's actually really cool. I mean, listen, I've seen Battle of Gods, and they remade Battle of Gods for when Super first came out. You know, this is the third time we're seeing this story. I mean, it's exciting that it's actually getting the updates it deserves, I suppose. As well as for Resurrection F as well. But that's really about it. But, come on. I know exactly what you guys are wanting for me to talk about. You want me to talk about the fact that we're finally getting the Galactic Patrol saga. And, well, here's the thing. In my Arc Thoughts videos, I said that both the Galactic Patrol saga and the Moro saga, or Moro arc, are used interchangeably. So, in my Arc Thoughts series, I call it the Moro arc. But if you want to call it the Galactic Patrol arc, that's fine too. We got our first look at what it's going to be, which is basically an image of Goku and Vegeta in their usual getup, but they have the Galactic Patrol symbol on their outfits. That's really all it was. I mean, it doesn't look like it's much, but the fact that we're finally getting it is something. And actually, I was watching Classic Man D, shout out to Classic Man D, by the way, talking about, you know, what his thoughts were on it. And he pretty much said what I just said earlier in regards to remaking Battle of Gods. You know, we're going to be seeing the same story again. But as for the Galactic Patrol saga, you know, seeing Moro, you know, we're finally going to get that. You know, Classic Man D said that Moro is probably the most original villain that Dragon Ball's had in a good long while. Granted, if you read the manga, then you know that it did borrow a few things from a certain other saga. Sell anyone? But no, for real. In terms of design, character design, intimidation, and just what more. I mean, Classic Man D said it himself. You know, Moro to the Dragon Ball universe is like Galactus of the Marvel universe. You know, he is definitely a threat worthy of for Goku and Vegeta to take on. Well, really all the Z-Fighters, but come on. At this point, we're there to see Goku and Vegeta. And speaking of which, I did see bits and pieces of the Dragon Ball 4th anniversary panel, and who should be on stage but the always great, lovely, and talented Masako Nozawa. If you don't know who she is, she has been the voice of Goku and all of Goku's family, with the exception of Raditz, from the very beginning. This woman is approaching 90 years old. And she was 89 and she was killing as Goku and Daima. That should tell you all you need to know right there. And it looks like Masako Nozawa is gonna, I mean, she looks like she's in great health for her age. That's great. I mean, listen, she's 89 years old. You know, in terms of, I mean, we should be lucky that she's even alive to do anything at all, much less this. And Yeah, I'm definitely in that camp that will believe that if that day ever comes and she sadly passes away, the entire world is going to be at a standstill. Trust me, I'm aware of that. But, I mean, the fact that Masako Nozawa, like, they even said that she's the one leading the charge in terms of, like, what's going to be coming in terms of at least the voiceover acting, which, I mean, is great. I mean, I don't think, seriously, like, I've seen 2 women in all the voiceover, including Masako Nozawa, to do what she's doing. There's Masako Nozawa and June Foray, God rest her soul. If you don't know who June Foray was, she was the original voice of Rocky the Flying Squirrel. And she passed away just 1 month before her 100th birthday. I mean, hold on. Had to knock on wood for what I'm about to say. Barring something crazy, it looks like Masako Nozawa is going to do it. She's going to reach, June Foray levels of age, and she's still going to be doing what seriously, June Foray won an Emmy Award at 96 years old. I mean, if Japan had anything like that, for sure, Masako Nozawa would have, seriously, she'd probably be using, if they had Emmys in Japan, Masako Nozawa would probably have so many, she'd probably be using a couple Emmys as, doorknobs and back scratchers. Or door stoppers, I mean. It's insane how crazy long Masako Nozawa's career has been. I think she was a baby in the 30s when she was first doing on-screen work. And she's the voice of Goku now, as well as other anime characters. Like being Dr. Kureha in One Piece, or Guilmon in Digimon. And by extension, Dukemon, or Galmon in English. Point is, the fact that Masako Nozawa is going to be coming back to do the voice of Goku for the Galactic Patrol Saga, / the Moro Saga, it's huge. I can't wait to see what happens next. I mean, listen, as excited as I am as a Dragon Ball fan that this is happening, we got to remember, we're not going to see anything in terms of what we're going to be getting until much later on in 2026. I mean, we're not going to see the Galactic Patrol Saga being animated until 2027. So, we got a long way to go. But at this moment in time, I can genuinely feel comfortable saying if you're a Dragon Ball fan, now is the time for you to be very, very, very happy. Because we're going to be in for something really special. Actually, if you're an anime fan in general, you're in for something special. I don't know if you know this, but for the first time in well over a decade, the anime Big Four will be on TV in 2026. One Piece is going to start the Elbaf arc in April. Naruto's doing 4 special remade episodes later on this year. Bleach will continue the 1,000-Year Blood War. And we have Dragon Ball doing what I just explained that Dragon Ball is doing. So, if you're an anime fan, if you're not eating good, then I don't know what's wrong. Then I don't know how to help you. Because this is beyond special. This is a great day. This is a great time in history to be an anime fan. For sure. And I can genuinely tell you that I'm very happy myself. I hope you like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very helping this video for all you guys watching the show. For you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Remember, you guys want to talk in the chat. I'll always be here to lend you always back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.